Why, hello everybody. I am back streaming. Not for very long tonight. This will be just a short stream because I'm feeling sleepy. But not sleepy enough to not stream. So there's that. We're just going to be doing some more Genshin. I'm actually going to go through the event today that you have to do Ayato's story quest to do. I was going to stream that this Saturday, but I had more important plans to do. So, and plus, that story quest is boring as fuck. I don't like Ayato. He's a smug bastard, and I don't like him. And the story quest was just fucking boring. Boring. But, yes. Anyways. So, since I've done that, I can now do the event quest, which will be a lot of cutscenes from the sounds of it, uh, and like some mini game type things. And I'm excited because I've been really wanting to see all this stuff because there's going to be people from Bonsai coming over to Inazuma. And I'm like, I want to see this stuff so bad. And I've seen a couple spoilers, but I haven't seen enough. So we're going to be working on that today. But again, this might be most likely a short stream today. Unless I some reason get a burst of fucking energy out of nowhere. I doubt it. I really doubt it. So, yeah. Uh, let's get to it. Let's start on this fucking event that I'm severely behind on. Alright, and make sure I unmute the fucking thing this time. I did a good job. Look at that. I did it good. Alright. Duh. Uh actually, why did I even do that? I can just
Where do you
do that.
want to go next? If
Oh,
you'd like to see
I didn't
Liyue's
think it was
tourist
that
spots,
close.
I have a few references.
Jungling, could you hush? Been very talkative. Oh, hi.
Aratani and Kuroda, how are things coming along?
All the books and commission prints for Yai Publishing House were bound and sent out yesterday afternoon, Lady Yai.
Very good. And Murata?
We have already received word from Apekusu and Sailing Breeze that the materials are all in place for Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power and Pretty Please Kitsune Guji.
What the
Well
hell?
done. And what about you, Onodera?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god.
Onodera?
Oh, yes, Lady I. Everything is ready for the new issue release party.
Hey, it's that weird chick with the horns.
You
Yeah,
are the
hi,
one who
Vi.
organized the plans
How
for
you
this
doing?
release
It's been a
party.
while.
In other words, you are the team's fearless leader now. So please, show some confidence. Besides, there's no need to be nervous.
You got Goro?
This
Hell yeah.
project is destined
Got
for
Best Boy.
success. I feel quite optimistic about it. I shall specially grant you leave for the next couple of days, Onodera. Please take the
Oh my
opportunity to have a
God.
good rest. After all, you will be very busy on the day of the release party.
Yes, Lady I. Thank you very much.
All right then, is everyone clear about their assignments? Good. We are running out of time, so let's get moving. Chop chop!
You have almost everybody in the game. That's Jesus Christ.
Hello, little
Go outside,
ones.
touch grass.
I take it you have received my
Ganyu is level
commission,
80
hmm?
with... Ooh.
Organizer, you are! It's nearly time for the festival and you're still over here ramping things up for your light novel business! Shouldn't you be getting back to the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Paimon, calm the hell down.
Dumping all the festival preparations on us, were you? If so, then you can forget it! Paimon won't accept such a commission!
Yeah, forget it. Not doing that shit.
My, such harsh words. It hurts to hear that kind of talk from you two. But as you can clearly see, I'm here working like a dog for the festival. Yet you say I'm
But
not
you're a
doing my
fox.
job. Let me ask you, little ones, whoever said that the festival must involve the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Huh?
Paimon is like
isn't that a
110% angry
This
right
is
now. And
Inazuma
Lumen's like,
after
I gotta
all.
pretend to be angry for her sake.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true. But
Yeah.
now that the Sokoku decree has been lifted,
Like, I'm with this crazy
Inazuma is no
bitch.
longer the same nation that once resisted change tooth and nail. Therefore, rather than sticking to the same old traditional festival, the Yashiro Commission and I have decided to shake things up a little. This time, we'll be holding an international cultural festival, distinctly Inazuman, but with a unique twist.
International Cultural Festival? There's 5 people? Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. But holy shit, hi! I didn't, I didn't,
I suppose I should start by
I didn't
telling
think,
you the
I didn't
origins
think
of
that
the
would happen
Irodori
so
Festival.
quickly.
Legend has it that there were 5 poets in ancient Inazuma who were supremely gifted in singing and writing poetry. They are known as the 5 Kassen. Every year, one
Apparently,
of the 5
fucking
would present
crazy
a
is a
collection of the group's
fucking
poems to the shogun for
permitted
review,
word. Oh my
which would then
god.
spark culture
Like,
discussions
you have to
regarding
permit that
those
word.
works.
Crazy. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thanks to them,
Twitch, calm the hell down.
Inazuma's culture blossomed and gained
Lumen.
great influence.
Listen, I know
at
she's
that
crazy,
time.
but I'll have to deal with
As
the
time
crazy again
passed,
later if I don't go
people
along with this
began
shit right
creating
now. Anyways,
various
gotta go.
tales based
Time to
on
eat
the
these. I'll be
5
back.
Kassen.
Alright, yeah, you go eat
The
your food.
Irodori
You go
Festival
enjoy
was
that.
also developed as a
Go on, chew.
result to show appreciation for their works, which so greatly enriched our lives.
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Otherwise, the chick with the horns will stab me later.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the
Why
ancients
does
would
everyone
be
think I'm gonna
refined
stab
elegance.
them? God damn it.
Unfortunately, with the flow of
The
time,
crazy bicor.
people have gradually forgotten about the 5 Kassen and the festival. Which is precisely
Ay,
why
ay,
I've
ay.
decided to revive the Irodori Festival by holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But wait a minute.
Light novels? With all that refined, elegant stuff you just said? Excuse me?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In
No.
ancient times, poetry was all the rage, but nowadays, the entertainment format of choice is light novels. The important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with anything fresh if you're stuck using some rigid format of the past. Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now perfectly suits the current Inazuma?
Yes.
And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to Ultivat through light novels. As they say, it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Sounds like a whole lot of thinly veiled self-justification.
Whoa, that was close. Paimon was nearly carried away by Miko's persuasive tongue.
Of course you were,
Come on,
Paimon.
Miko. You can't fool us. We know you by now. This is all definitely stemming from your own personal interests.
Well, yes.
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, regardless of whether it's light novels or a festival, catching people's attention with a fresh concept is the essence here. Well, what do you say? Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
A little bit.
Maybe a little. All right. Paimon's super curious now.
Come, let's pay a visit to the venue in Rito together. I promise that it will give you a whole new perspective on the festival. There we'll meet a special someone who will tell you more about your tasks.
Oh? Who are we gonna meet? Is it someone we know? Oh, they're gonna teleport us there? Thank you. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Oh. They didn't. What the fuck? What the hell was the loading screen there for then? How rude. Alright, come on, old man. We gotta see who's here.
During the Iridori Festival, the area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will become the main exhibition space for light novels. Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there will also be exclusive giveaways, prizes, and new release parties. This small plaza in front of the
Sounds like a
International
fucking
Trade
con.
Association will be called the Five Kasen Plaza during the festival, and nearby shops will be selling special light novel merchandise. You certainly won't want to miss out.
Wow. How'd you Paimon put this? It's definitely not your typical festival, but it sure looks like it'll be quite the party.
Yeah, it's like a light novel paradise.
Huh. Miko, what are these blank boards in the center of the plaza?
Yes, those are.
Ah,
Best.
Lady I did
Oh!
mention that there would be some
Hi!
reliable helpers coming to assist with the festivities. It appears she meant you two. At
Yes.
last we meet again, Traveler and Paimon. Tell me, how are you faring recently?
I'm doing alright.
Oh, it's Ayato! Wow, so even a busy guy like yourself is here to attend the Iridori Festival.
Well, yeah.
Preparing festivals falls under the Yashiro Commission's scope of responsibilities. Seeing as Lady Yai has poured her heart and soul into the preparations, I'm obliged to be equally dedicated.
Come now, Ayato. We're not strangers here. There's no need to sound so formal. We were just about to discuss the boards over here. They're related to our little helper's tasks, so I'll let you give them a detailed rundown.
Certainly. I assume you two already know that the Iridori Festival originated from the Five Kasen. These 5 boards are here for painting their portraits. This Iridori Festival is not only the first major festival to be held in Inazuma since the lifting of the Sakoku decree, it is also an event deeply rooted in culture and the arts. Therefore, the Yashiro Commission has personally invited several cultural celebrities from other nations. For example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Yashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, we fear that staying in a foreign land may feel a little uncomfortable, which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Teyvat to serve as a guide for our guests.
I get it now. So this is our commission.
I knew you would catch on. It is our hope that you would be able to guide the guests from the harbor to their residence at the International Trade Association, while providing any necessary assistance along the way. This arrival schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving. All you simply have to do is go to the docks at the indicated times.
Jiminy. Okay. 2 days before the festival, shipping guests larger ship, bards from Mondstadt, a guest painter, Calx, and his dependent. Estimated time arrival 8 a.m. Second day of the festival, shipping guests larger passenger ship, calligrapher, painters from Liyue, theater mechanicus players, Dick Weissnicht, and a guest waiter, Zeon. I butchered that. Estimated time arrival 10 a.m. Third day of the festival, shipping guests large cargo ships stop over 1 person. Estimated time arrival 9 a.m. The following day, the release event shipping guests smaller passenger ship 2 person. Estimated time arrival 10 a.m. 8, 10, 9, 10.
It's settled then. My, look at the time. I have to meet with my editors, so I must be going now. During
Of
the
course.
festival, most
How
of the Yai
convenient.
Publishing House's editors will be staying near the Outlander Affairs Agency. If you run into any problems, you may find them there.
This festival requires the full cooperation of the Tri-Commission, and there are still many minor details which require my attention, so I must excuse myself for now. I'll leave the guests in your hands.
All the details we need about the ships are on the timetable that Ayato gave us.
Okay.
Let's take a closer look and be sure to pick up the passengers according to the times written on it.
Alright, so I think I already know who's going to be the first one. Wow. These are pretty cool. Hold on. Yo! Who are these people? Hold on, who are these people? It's oops. All right. Old man in the water. Shit. Can I climb on this? Yeah. Why do I feel like there's a chest up here? It feels like something they would do. Anyways. Oh, no, I guess there's one here, but like, who are these people? Oh shit. Ah. Well, maybe we'll find out. Okay. So from 6 to 8. That means we're gonna have to do the time. Da -da -da. That works. I got a feeling we're gonna be doing this a lot today. Or I guess in stream.
According to the arrival schedule, there will be a ship arriving from Mondstadt today. The artist for the 5 Kassen portraits should be on board. The boat should be arriving soon, so let's head.
No. Hello.
Hello! You must be here to take part in the Iridori Festival. We're the festival guides, and we'll show you around.
Yes, that's right. We are bards from Mondstadt. Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to find fresh inspiration here.
Paimon, what are you doing?
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, where's Tonedef Bard then? Huh. Strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Do you think he didn't receive an invitation?
Even if he was invited, there's a chance he still wouldn't show up.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, you know, Venti's a...
Oh, Paimon sees what you're getting at. Even though Venti no longer rules over Mondstadt, he's still an Archon.
Mm-hmm.
If he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only would it seem
Oh,
a little
no.
childish, it would also sort of be shameless of him too.
Miss Honorary Knight!
Klee! Hi!
It's Klee! Were you also invited to the Iridori Festival?
I feel like she snuck on board.
No, Albedo's the one who received
Oh.
the invitation. But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days, Albedo arranged for someone here to issue me a dependent pass.
Aww.
Greetings, Traveler in Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Irodori Festival, I predicted that I might run into you here.
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the 5 Kassen!
It seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma, Calx.
Oh.
By the way, do you know where the International Trade Association is? I'll be meeting with the editorial director of the Yai Publishing House there.
Yeah, the International Trade Association is where you'll be staying in Inazuma. We'll be heading there too.
Great. Let's get going then.
Now I really want Klee. Because, like, she's adorable. And she throws bombs. Like, it's perfect. Like, she would be perfect. Let's see. Okay, not too far away. I guess I could just teleport it, but it's not that far. Still. There's... Alright, I just went a long way around. But there's potential of a rerun for her soon, though, so... If I've heard correctly.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump into others. Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not the best idea.
Yeah,
As a
no.
result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. It appears she's even more excited now that we've arrived.
That's how kids are. Nothing wrong with a little excitement. That's how kids are.
Strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama, isn't here yet. I'm certain he said that he'd be sure to arrive before me. This might be a problem.
What's wrong?
Well, Mr. Hiroyama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials about the five kasen today. That way, I could better visualize the content for my paintings.
You mean you had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
She's just running
I
around.
only know of the five kasen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. So Mr. Hiroyama decided to help me collect some more information. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired. So I agreed on only receiving the details today.
So when do the paintings have to be done by?
Today.
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Irodori Festival. The first one, depicting Suiko, will need to be done before the festival's official opening ceremony, which is the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow? Then you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, things were always tight and finished at the last minute. Just last month, to ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Irodori Festival, I had to complete the final chapter's illustrations the same day I received the manuscript.
Jesus
I heard
Christ.
that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma. I still don't know how well they turned out.
Paimon isn't sure if she should feel sympathetic for your working conditions or compliment you on your artistic genius.
Yes.
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference materials in advance so that I can be better prepared.
Speaking of which, Mika did mention.
Wait! The editors of the Yai Publishing House will all be around the Outlander Affairs Agency these next few days. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hirayama's over there too. We'll take you over there to see if we can find him, Albedo.
Alright, it's worth
What
a try.
is she doing?
Klee, you haven't slept for a while now. Please stay at our residence in the International Trade Association and get some rest. We will be back soon.
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best behavior.
I totally believe that. Honestly, just let her run around with her energy and then she'll be out like a light. The best thing you can do sometimes.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera is when he's on special leave.
Fun.
Kuroda and
Very
I will
convenient.
go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand for this book is so high, though. Even with the emergency prints, it still might not be enough.
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we'd really be in boiling water. Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found in the warehouse has anything to do with this?
What now?
Well, the editorial director is on his way over there to investigate the situation as we speak.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's going on here?
Oh, hey, traveler. Don't worry. It's nothing, just an internal issue. That's all. How can I help you?
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama. Does anyone know where he is now?
Mr. Hirayama is currently at the warehouse down by the harbor.
Oh, hold on a second, Murata. Excuse me, but you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the five kasen for the festival?
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about information regarding the five kasen. I do apologize, but please make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr. Hirayama know to send you the materials right away.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go find him ourselves.
About that.
They can't find him.
Excuse me, but Is there something wrong with the latest volume of A Legend of Sword?
Huh? How did you know?
He's a mind reader.
Well, since you were all aware that Mr. Hiroyama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director didn't forget about it. Instead, something urgent must have cropped up. To add to that, despite being aware that I am Calx, you were still unwilling to let me go to Mr. Hiroyama directly.
Yeah.
After considering these factors, the only reason you would try to stall me is if something happened to A Legend of Sword, which I did the illustrations for.
Well, I'm very sorry. The situation is just as you said, Calx. I suppose it doesn't hurt to tell you now. Earlier today, someone spotted a suspicious outlander sneaking around inside the Iridori Festival warehouse down by the docks. So they promptly alerted the Tenryo Commission. The Tenryo Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted everyone who was renting space in the warehouse. It was then that we realized that the latest copies of A Legend of Sword had suddenly gone missing.
Oh, great.
The books are missing.
Who the fuck would
Not
steal
so
some
loud.
books?
Not only is this book an eagerly anticipated release
Never
in the
mind, I
last
can
phase of
understand
the
now.
Iridori Festival, but the author, Chinyu, will be personally attending the release party as well.
Oh.
Because of the dire situation, Mr. Hiroyama immediately hurried to the warehouse to determine whether the theft was related to that suspicious outlander.
I see. It would be a great misfortune if A Legend of Sword would not be released on schedule. And quite a disappointment for Chenyu as well. If Mr. Hiroyama has gone to the warehouse at the docks, then I'll go down to see if I can be of any help.
So the author of A Legend of Sword is Jay.
Oh.
Hey, isn't that Shincho's pen name?
Oh, do you know him?
We've met a couple of occasions, and he's currently in my main party, but, you know.
Shincho would definitely be upset if he discovers his books are missing. Let's accompany Albedo to the warehouse, too.
Alright, we got some stolen books. Okay. Dub. Oh, I hate that you can't climb these. Why? But I can climb this. Why? Hold on. Can I do some sneaky beaky things? No? Yeah, fuck you. Get wrecked. Yeah, hi. I'm here. I'm gonna kill my teammates in this game. Why? What do they do? Vinci, what the hell? What did you do? Vinci, what have you done?
It's you! Why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryo Commission, of course. Is that surprising?
No, Sarah, Paimon wasn't talking about you! So, Tone Deaf Bard. The suspicious outlander in the warehouse wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
Would it?
Considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is indeed me.
Vinci is
As
sus.
I've told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you are to remain silent. Don't make me say it again.
Oh.
Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
Well, I can't say he's a complete stranger. You could say we're quite familiar. Yeah.
Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the theft.
You know.
But what's this about being a stowaway?
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Iridori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can only suspect that he might have entered the country illegally.
Ah,
Just a moment
lovely.
ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze.
Of course you did. Could we ask him a few questions?
If it would help shed any light on the situation, then please, be my guest.
Oh, Fenty! You didn't really come here illegally, did you?
Ouch, your words wound me.
Good.
We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted with is grilling questions and suspicious glares.
Can you blame us?
You arrived arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard.
Oh.
You of all people
Fuck.
should be more understanding, don't you think?
Similar means?
Let's not bring up the past now. We had no choice.
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than
Ayato.
Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's unlikely that someone acquainted with the likes of him would ever be here illegally, right?
Right.
Why weren't you on the same ship as the other bards?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship bound for Inazuma transporting dandelion wine. So, naturally, I decided to set sail with them. Once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along the way. I must have fallen asleep in the cargo crate while carefully comparing the tastes of dandelion wine and Inazuman sake. And when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryo Commission general glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Venti, this story is quite believable, but it still feels a bit
Childish. Shameless.
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA publishing house, and there are some questions I would like to ask you. Based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the warehouse for some time now. If that's the case, did you happen to hear anything unusual?
Actually, I did hear some faint footsteps around me a couple of times, but I didn't consider the sound anything out of the ordinary.
But if you clearly heard something, why didn't you feel it was unusual?
Oh, I seem to understand now.
You do? Please enlighten.
What did you notice, Albedo?
When it comes to
Alright,
burglars,
what's going on
they
there,
are
Otter?
generally
What's wrong?
associated with prying or rummaging through things. What Venti means is that he did not hear anything unusual like that. As for the
Why
sound
no more nerd
footsteps,
games for you tonight? What happened?
Because this is a warehouse where many goods are coming in and out each day. It is quite normal
Clearly
for
I'm
people to be
cut
walking
for
around.
it.
I see. But if that's the case, then we're back to square one regarding the stolen books.
No, not quite. From the facts that have been presented to us, we can draw at least 3 conclusions now. First, whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. They had their sights on the books from the very beginning. Second, the culprit was very familiar with the warehouse, and might even have a key. And third...
5 rounds in a row for no reason. What's by people who started clowning and buying Odins? Oh. That does not sound fun. At all. No. There must be more than one criminal involved.
I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport so many heavy books in such a short window of time. It must have been a team effort. It goes without saying that Venti clearly does not match up with our culprits.
Yes, I agree with your reasoning. Mr. Hirayama, the Tenryo Commission will continue by investigating the warehouse staff. If you come across any further
Maybe
clues,
consider playing a
please
chill game for the
notify
rest
us
of the night.
immediately.
If you want to play a game,
Yes,
of
understood.
course.
I'll
It
leave
is
it to
getting
you
late.
then.
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether your arrival in Inazuma was legal or not.
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account you might let me off the hook.
Sarah's quite the
That's good.
meticulous one. So, where's your invitation letter, Venti?
Yes, the invitation letter. I'm truly sorry. I can't seem to remember where I may have put it.
How could you lose something so important?
Paimon, you
Don't be
would do the
mistaken.
same thing.
I was well aware of how important it was. But I didn't bring any luggage with me, and the letter was too big to fit in my pocket. So I kept it in my hand the whole trip.
Clearly you didn't.
Strange. Though little too much to drink. I know that I kept it in a secure place. I even recall being most pleased at coming up with a good idea at the time.
If you were holding the invitation
Might
in your
just play
hands the
some
whole time, then why did you put it down?
Gionda?
Well, to
Select?
properly compare
Or
the taste of
some
Mondstadt
low
wine and
energy game.
Inazuman sake,
That'd be a good idea.
I had to hold a glass in each hand. I couldn't both hold the invitation and a glass at the same time.
Yes, you can.
But surely I wouldn't put it in just any random place. It could easily be misplaced.
In which case, I believe there's only one place it could be. Have you figured it out, Traveler?
Huh? You're way ahead of Paimon. Do you two already know where the invitation letter is?
Totally. Probably on the ship. In his shoe, in his cape, in his hat. I believe if it's in his hat.
Ah, yes! I remember now. I knew you'd help me find it.
Vinty finds the invitation stuffed under his hat.
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro Commission. Now that we've confirmed this guest's identity, I have no further questions. However, starting tonight, I would advise you to stay at the International Trade Association. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving now.
There goes Sara. Alright, let's go talk to Mr. Hirayama about Albedo's reference materials.
Mr. Hiroyama, I'm Calx. We had originally arranged to meet today.
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived in Inazuma only to find such a mess. These are the materials regarding the 5 Kasen. All the information that we could find is
Alright, so I
compiled
went
here.
looking for some quick, easy download game. What would they be? Oh, Jesus Christ. The 5 Kasen summary about the 5 Kasen. Long ago, there were 5 legendary poets in Inazuma. Supremely gifted in music and writing, they were honored as the 5 Kasen, meaning 5 fairies of singing and poetry. Of singing poetry. It is said that the shogun loved their work profoundly, and that every year, one of them would go to the whatever the fuck that is, and present their new poetry collection for the shogun's perusal. The 5 Kazen are known as these people, and I really don't want to butcher their names, respectively. But their real names were lost in history. According to a widely accepted theory, tales of the 5 Kazen had once been repeatedly adapted and performed on stage, with the 5 characters each dressed in a distinct color: green, blue, red, white, and black. Over time, the theatergoers started referring to them by these colors, hence the names we see today. Still, there exist other theories. For instance, some believe the Sukaku, I don't know, I snicked, was named after his dwelling, a thatched cottage called that hut. Some also say that the Aka in Akihito was derived from the poet's habit of marking his words with a scarlet red seal. About the tales of the 5 Kazen. Everyone in Inazuma knows the tales of the 5 Kazen, and stories featuring them were once all the rage in Inazuma. That is unfortunate, however, is that despite their popularity and abundance at the time, not much detail survived till today. Most were probably lost during the Great Calamity 500 years ago. According to existing literature during the Golden Age, when many such stories were being created, they usually followed the same set of rules. 4 poems in succession, each telling a fragment of the story from a Kazen's point of view, with the 4 together completing the whole tale. What was curious was that no single chapter seemed to be narrated from this person's perspective. Jiminy Crimson! 5 Kazen summary. That person, a free sake-loving soul born in an ordinary family. Some say he got the name that from the hut, the thatched cottage he lived in. This person, an old man accomplished in chess. In addition to poems, he had also left behind a few novels. Some say he was actually a shogunate official who had not made a name until his senior years. Others say he was not a human, but a very old kitsune in human form. This person, a talented swordsman who was most likely came from a martial family. Some say his name was derived from his habit of marking his words with a scarlet red seal. This person, she was once a shrine maiden skilled in floral arts and dancing. Later, she became the shogun's personal attendant. Some say she resigned from her position after she became famous and devoted herself to artistic creation. Others say she kept serving the shogun into her old age. And this person. Little is known about him, nor does anyone know who he really is. Maybe this explains the more varied versions of his identity and personality from story to story, as compared to the other four Kazan. Okay. Alright, so I went looking for some quick, easy download. And my casual game selection on Steam was like three too many not safe for work games. Yeah,
Let's
Steam
see
really
here.
needs to like crack down on
Yes,
some of
it's
the
just
not
as
safe
I
for work
suspected.
shit.
Monikers such as Suiko and Aoi no
Suiko.
Okina aren't the real names of the five Kasen. Though there were once many stories regarding each of the five Kasen, the validity of their contents can no longer be verified in present times. Alas, what a shame. But, at the very least, we know that most of the stories were written according to a similar style, so there is still something we may glean from this.
So, is the info useful for your paintings, Albedo?
To some extent, yes. However, I must admit that it is still lacking and fails to fulfill the most crucial element: inspiration.
I am sorry that this information is not as exhaustive as you had hoped. However, it is not possible to gather anything more at the moment. Though Lady Yai did say that there are many variations of the story about the five Kasen, and everyone has a different story in their heart.
That.
So all you need to do is follow through with what's in your own heart and create something that you yourself find interesting.
That does sound like something Miko would say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Hirayama. No need to worry. I'll find inspiration for the portraits.
Great. I'll leave it to you then, Calx. Oh,
hey, the
and there's
crazy
one more thing I
stabby
need to
lady
ask
with the
of
horns
everyone.
is still.
Tomorrow morning, Mr. J, the author of A Legend of Sword, will be arriving in Inazuma by
I've
boat.
only been live for about
If you see
44
him,
minutes.
Please do not mention the stolen novels for the time being. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, the Yaya Publishing House will do its best to ensure that the novel's release is a success.
I get it now.
You have my gratitude. I'll be going then.
Bye-bye.
Well, seems there's nothing more we can do here. Let's go.
Vinci, what the hell are you doing?
Huh? Betty? What are you doing over there? You don't want us to leave you
And you've stabbed how many people in 44 minutes? Hey, we don't talk about that, okay?
Over here for a moment? There's something peculiar that I think you should see.
Ayo, Vinci, what the hell are you doing?
What is it, Venti? A piece of paper?
Indeed. When I awakened to find myself in the warehouse this morning, I discovered this paper in the cargo crate where I was sleeping. I didn't think much of it then. I thought it was merely a scrap piece of paper that had fallen into the cargo. After a quick glance, I stuffed it into a place nearby. But on second thought, I think it's worth having you take a look at what's written on it.
So much reading. God damn it. The Five Causes Splendor. I don't remember how to say that. Mine dwelling was far from the wider world, but for my fame my peace was disturbed. In blue clad I went from the fuck that place to present our work, but the Io's work was missing a page. I knelt and begged for divine wrath to be stilled, and I told what I knew of what it was lost. The previous night I've been drunk, and there's a and then there's a and then there's a person's shadow had passed over me. I don't know what the fuck that noise is. I'm sorry. Some treacherous scoundrel must have stolen the poems, leading to my great loss of face. By the way, what do you call a dog who does magic trips? A labracadabrador. Thank you.
Let me see. Suiku chapter. Wait a minute. Isn't Suiku the name of one of the
Suiko,
five
okay.
kasen?
The story told in this poem roughly boils down to Suiko getting tipsy and letting some poems that were meant for the shogun get stolen.
Did you hear about the
Huh.
unemployed rifle?
This
He was
story sounds
fired. Yeah, he
familiar
got
to me
fired. Yeah,
again.
I knew about that one.
Where have I heard it?
Nice try though.
Seriously? It's literally the same story you just experienced yesterday.
Oh, indeed it is. Interesting, isn't it?
It almost seems related to the stolen novels.
Yes.
Do
I
you know
concur.
why he got fired? I
The
don't.
person who left this paper could quite possibly be the criminal, or even a witness to the theft. But why leave the paper here in such a fashion? And if the one who left it here was a witness, why didn't they attempt to stop the burglary?
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Meeting together in Inazuma like this is a most rare occasion. Since we've been busy from the start
He
of the
was
day,
rifling through
let
the
us
wrong
find an inn with good
documents.
drink to keep our thirst at bay.
Hey, you just sobered up and you're already thinking about more drinks?
Yo, I
Let's
can go
not
for a
forget that
drink right
Albedo
now.
still has a portrait to complete. We don't have time to be slacking off.
No, it's fine. Let's all go for a drink together.
Wait, really?
It'll be my treat.
Let's go.
What about your portrait?
As I mentioned before, I'm the kind of artist who can work quickly once I'm inspired. And now, it seems I've found my source of inspiration. If I use a model as reference for the piece, we must pay him back with the appropriate recompense.
In that case, we'll need to order more dishes.
Oh god. We're gonna go drinking with Venti. Great.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Oh? Think I might know who that is.
Wow, you really came through, Albedo.
Oh, that's
You
great.
were able to
I
complete
love
the
that.
first portrait before the opening ceremony.
Yes, it really is.
What
a
is
sight
four
to
letters,
behold.
sometimes has
Not
9,
only
and
does it harken
never
to the
has 5?
traditional style of
What?
Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics. My figure is particularly striking. Even though I'm sound asleep in the portrait, I still appear as glorious as always.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, Tone Deaf Bard. You were just a model. The person in the artwork isn't actually you. Well, Albedo, who will be your next portrait?
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the 5 Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one? Who knows? You might soon discover another story.
He's got a point.
Another story?
I believe he's referring to the possibility of finding another
I don't
paper
think
with
you'll
tales
get
of the
it.
5 Kasen. According to the reference materials I was given, we've only found the first of a total of 4 chapters.
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
It certainly is a possibility. Also,
I
there are some
understand
points regarding
now.
the stories of the 5 Kasen that have left me rather curious.
I
For
should have
example,
taken that nap
the
earlier.
reference
I
materials
really
make mention of
fucking
5
should have.
legendary figures. Yet all the popular stories only consist
God
of 4 parts.
damn it.
It appears that throughout all the stories, there is never a chapter dedicated to Kuronushi.
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Mondstadt: seeds of stories brought by the wind and cultivated by time. So for now, we need but just wait patiently.
Why is hard potentially a banned word? What the fuck? Anyways, I go in hard, I come out soft, and sometimes you like to blow me. What am I? Chewing gum. All I gotta say is yoink. I'm stealing that one. I'm stealing that one. Oh. Okay, complete what the blue flowers left behind quest unlock. What? There is so much to this. So much. I don't think we'll do these, but I'll do more of the main stuff. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Okay, 8 to 10. Right. We're gonna go to the harbor. Ay, ay, ay. Oh no, I denied it! Oh, kill me now. What did it say? Ayo, can you do it? Oh, wait, no, I don't think you can do it again. That kind of pisses me off. No, you, Austin. I'm not a nerd. And Sinketsu thinks the same way. I'm upset. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to deny those words. I wish it wasn't deny first and it was accept. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. From 8 to 10. See if I can change. Oh, wait. 8 to 10. A seatbelt. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix something real quick. Oh, I can't even. It's bloody annoying. I'll have to try to go back and make sure I unban those words. If I remember. Keyword. If. Alright. Who's our next friend to arrive on the boat? Yeah?
Hi there! You must be visiting from
Hi.
Lyra to participate in the Iridori Festival. We'll be your guides and we'll take you onto the island.
Mm-hmm. Or not.
Huh?
Jiminy.
Is it Paimon or have we met somewhere before?
Yes, in fact.
Do you know the
have.
difference between a good
Shiv
romance
from
and a
Faerun
bad
Karma School.
romance? A bad
Aboard
romance
this
goes
ship we
rah,
have
rah,
calligraphers,
rah. I
painters,
can't
and
even
even
sing it,
players
but
of
yeah.
Theater Mechanicus.
Unless that's
The
not it.
inventor of Theater Mechanicus previously came to the Faerun Commerce Guild seeking investment. Although the guild manager was not interested, the master still wanted to support them. We heard that they'd be demonstrating the game and letting people try Theater Mechanicus at the Iridori Festival.
Was it wrong?
So the guild manager instructed Master and I to take the opportunity to come to Inazuma and investigate the product's potential.
Sorry.
Speaking of which,
Okay, time to
where's
overthrow the
Master?
stabby lady. What
Oh,
did I
well,
do?
Master, he's
What did I do?
Xingqiu's just sitting
Hi,
there.
Xingqiu.
Sound
Hi.
asleep.
What?
What did I do? Why do I need to be overthrown?
It's the traveler in Paimon. I presume you're guests in Inazuma as well? It seems fate has destined our paths to cross once again.
Apparently
we
so.
aren't actually guests. We're actually
I actually
guides
don't
for
know
the
what I
Iridori
did.
Festival.
What did I do? I'm so lost. Xingqiu, how are you doing? You seem a little down.
Please, no need to worry. I was a
What
little
the
too caught up in a novel on the voyage here.
What the hell?
When I finally realized what time it was.
Was it because I got the pun wrong?
Already peeking over the horizon.
You are very stabby. I can
Yes.
vouch for.
Now that we've arrived, the commission will likely wish to inspect our invitation.
Come on,
letter.
Zero. You can't
Let's
say
keep it in hand,
that.
shall we? Huh? That's odd.
What's wrong? Oh, so I got the pun right, and you're just mad I got it right. Yeah, that's why you're mad. You can't stand it when I'm right first and foremost. I got it now. Fucking sake. More reading. Glorious court life was my youth, and in my old age at a moonlit haze. I had not wished to behave so treacherously, but my very life was threatened. So I sought out my old work and hid them in my clothes. I do not understand the reason behind all that has happened, only that the mysterious person's motives must be preserved. Reverse. This poem was dedicated to that person, who to my great sorrow was banished. No, I just like my poems. No, poems. No, I just like my to finish my puns.
Even the
Well,
handwriting looks exactly the same.
The story you found
just
before?
say it.
Oh yeah, in the warehouse down by the
Excuse me, Paimon.
by the poem hunt competition. Yeah, that's it. A friend of ours is on Rito to paint portraits of the five Kasen. You know, as part of the Iridori
Anyways.
Festival. Poetic stories about the five Kasen have been hidden in various places nearby. If you can find one of the stories and give it to this friend of ours, then there's a chance you'll become the model for the next portrait.
Wait a moment. So you mean that...
Uh-oh, he's onto us. Paimon, you're so terrible at making up stories. Did you hear about the new biological discovery? No, I haven't. What is it?
There's a chance of meeting Kelks in person?
Yes.
Huh? Oh, yeah. You could say that.
Really? That's wonderful! I knew that Kelks would attend the Irodori Festival, but convincing my father to let me come to Inazuma was proving to be
They found
quite
the only animal
hurdle.
that runs on
I had to really
batteries,
wrap
a
my mind to come up
mechanical
with the
bull.
excuse of evaluating the investment value of Theater Mechanicus. Just a few days later, word then came that Kelks would be
Hats
busy
off
painting
to
portraits
the
of the
bull.
five Kasen during the festival.
Probably
It is a most
only a
rare
couple people
opportunity
understand
for both
that.
Kelks and I to be
But
in Inazuma together.
God
But
damn it.
seemed he
I
would
thought
be
you were
too
gonna talk about the
busy with
Energizer
portraits
Bunny
to
or
meet
some
with
shit,
me.
not a fucking mechanical
So,
bull.
I felt quite disappointed for some time now.
Don't worry, Shinjo. Even though Calx has work to do, he still has time to see friends. We can take you to see him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we heard that Calx did illustrations for your A Legend of Sword novel.
No, the bunny is a criminal. Hey!
Ah, so you've already heard.
You're not
To
wrong,
be
but hey!
honest, my works have drawn little interest in Liyue. However, the novels are selling quite well in Inazuma with the help of Calx's beautiful illustrations. Calx is not only a skilled artist, but he also carries out his craft with great alacrity.
You're
I
one
heard
to
that
talk.
It took him merely a few hours
You
to
thief.
finish the
What did I
illustrations for the
steal?
latest chapter. But when I looked at
I
the
don't
art,
steal. If
the
I'm gonna do a
brushwork did not
crime,
even
it's
look
not gonna
the
be something of
slightest
petty
bit
theft.
bleached. His work is
And to
truly
be fair, if I
exquisite.
were to do a crime, I wouldn't be
My,
found
I
out.
was beginning to get carried away there.
I don't know.
Let us
Exactly.
depart. Quickly
Knives,
now.
probably?
Luckily, the idea of meeting Albedo managed to draw Shincho's attention and keep the situation under wraps. Let's just hope we don't let anything slip while meeting Albedo.
See, I wouldn't steal knives. They don't get right to the point at certain situations. Oh, hi. Hello, friend.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you? And who is this accompanying you?
You must be Calx.
You
It's a
probably
great
saw
pleasure
something
to
you
finally
liked
meet
and
you.
didn't want
I am
the owner
author
to
of A Legend of
fork it
Sword,
over to someone else.
Forgive me. It's rude of me to introduce myself by my pen name when meeting in person. Please, call me Shincho.
Do I just give off a
You
rogue
call me
energy?
Albedo, then.
Really?
No, no. That would be most improper.
Why not? Seeing as we're both friends of the Traveler, it'd be more convenient for us to use our real names. Besides, we've already corresponded with each other many times before.
I
In
thought I would
fact,
have more,
I feel a
wizard
bit
because,
self-conscious seeing you act so
fireball.
politely.
But apparently not.
Same to you, Albedo. We haven't seen Shinjo act this awkward before
You
either.
prob spoon your stolen knife collection every night. What the fuck? the fuck spoons with a knife? It's a real eye opener, that's for sure. I learned some new tips of manners on manners today. I didn't.
You guys, it's
I got
certainly
accused
not
of
good
spooning
taste
with
for you two to
stolen
be teasing me
knives.
like that. Oh, by the way, we happened to find a story from the poem hunt competition at the docks. I heard that you are collecting them.
Poem hunt?
You know, that thing where we have to find pieces of paper with stories of the five Kassen? Venti found one, and then he was allowed to be a model for one of your portraits.
Huh? Oh, yes, that's right.
You show a beta of the piece of paper found by Zing Shou.
Oh, I understand the story now. Thank you. It's very helpful.
Splendid. Though, I'm still piecing together the story myself. Would you kindly
Knife
explain it to me in
meet
more
you.
detail?
Weird Reaper,
If all of
probably.
you are free.
Oh, I would
Everyone
totally
discussed
do
this
that.
Oh, well, about that.
Do you have other plans, Shincho?
You know,
No,
Vi, I've
no,
been
not at
accused
all.
of being a yandere
Speaking of dining,
and a tsundere
Shinra's
lately.
unagi chaskia is quite delicious.
And you
Would
saying
like to
shit
go
like
there?
this doesn't help my
Shimra's.
image at all.
Unfortunately, today is a bit windy. How about Uyu
God
restaurant
damn
instead?
it.
That's perfectly fine with me.
I'm not
But
surprised.
I must first unpack my
God
luggage.
damn
Let's meet
it.
later at Uyu Restaurant.
Oh, god damn
Something
it.
didn't quite add up just now.
Huh? No way. Paimon thinks we acted well together.
You do steal knives and spoon those very same knives every day.
No,
I don't
Paimon, I'm not
spoon
referring to us.
knives.
Traveler,
Where
what are
the
your
fuck
thoughts?
did you come up with that? Zingsho was a little suspicious. I'm not even paying attention to this at this point. I'm so invested in this conversation.
Paimon, you read the poem, right?
I'm still
Although
gonna let
may
it
seem
go.
confusing to Xingqiu on its own, what if we read it together with a previous poem we found?
Listen, I was making a cutlery. I was gonna say culinary. Cutlery pun. I know. I was getting. I could tell, but I'm still not allowing it. No. But then I realized it's Probs 100.
Gave it to some mysterious person.
Probs 100% true.
Wait
Okay.
a minute.
All
Could
right.
today's story be
Okay.
hinting that the one who stole the latest copies of A
Okay,
Legend of
alright.
Sword is Shincho himself? No way, that can't be right. Shincho only arrived in Inazuma this morning.
And that is precisely the point of suspicion. If Xingqiu had
What the
only
fuck
just
did I
arrived
do
in
today
Inazuma,
where people decided
how
to
could he
choose
recognize
violence
Shimura's
against me?
Chasuke?
What the fuck did I do?
Moreover, he didn't raise any questions when I suggested another place because of the windy weather. This means he knows that Shimura's is an open-air restaurant.
Are you saying that Shincho has already been in Inazuma for some time, and that he's only pretending he just arrived?
Yes, that is indeed my
Totally.
conclusion.
But how could Shincho be the book thief? His mission is to fight for justice, isn't it? There's no way he'd do something against his own ideals.
Calm down, Paimon. Even though this is the first time I've met
'Cause you're
Xingqiu in
evil?
person, we've communicated via letters for some time now. I do have some understanding of his character.
The horns say it all.
I think
No,
there
the
must be
horns will
some
probably only
deeper
say that I'm
motive at
horny
play
and
here.
nothing else. Doesn't
The
mean I'm
story also tells
evil.
us that Aoi no Okina flees with a poem because of a threat.
Okay. Alright.
Could Shincho be
In reality, I didn't even want to go as a
It's
devil
difficult
persona.
to
I
say at
wanted to
this
go as a
point.
plague doctor, which I
But
guess would be
given that
just as
Uyu
evil.
Restaurant is
But
indoors,
like,
it'll be easy for us to detect anyone following or
Fuck's sake.
eavesdropping on us. I think it should be safe for us to talk there. I'll be relying
Fuck's
on your
sake.
assistance to get to the bottom of this matter.
excuse me? You heard me. If you're gonna say something about the horns, you gotta make the obvious joke. You're not only evil, you're also lustful. Like I only make perverted jokes is all. God damn. what the hell just happened.
Let's head to Uyu Restaurant.
With half the jokes she makes on the regular, can vouch. What? I mean, you're not just horny. You're like double the horny. What? Wait, what? What do you mean? How? How? What do you mean I'm double the horny? What do you mean? What the fuck? I'm listening. Triple the horny. I have to apologize. You mean triple the... What do you mean? What do you... What? Where? Bitch, where? What?
I don't see anyone
You deal
suspicious around.
you deal with
It seems
one
clear
girl
for
with
the
a
moment.
strap on?
Let's go inside and
Wait.
wait for Xingqiu.
What?
This whole thing's starting to make Paimon a little nervous.
Oh dear Lord, no! No,
First,
Vi,
we must ascertain whether Xingqiu was
no!
already in Inazuma or not. If we can find evidence of him seeing
Vi!
us, then we can use it as leverage to persuade him to tell
Vi,
us the
you think
truth.
I get bitches?
Since we're still waiting for him, why don't you go and chat with other guests in the restaurant and see if you can learn anything useful?
No, I'm sorry. My character, she may make the horny joke. I never said they were okay. No. No. Everything consensual, motherfucker. I don't do things like that here.
Boats are made
And I
for
don't agree with those
transferring
actions.
commodities back and forth.
So no.
And those that come across Leo
So
tend to stay on.
no.
So
They were souls? Bro, I'm very concerned of what the hell you guys actually think about me. Like, what the hell? What did I do? I didn't think I said that many out of pocket things.
Any ideas?
I will try to break the ice by talking about our work on novels and illustrations. If he really is hiding something, then he
Zero,
might
what are you
feel even
agreeing
more
to?
nervous
Why'd
than
you
we
say
did.
yes? What did you say yes
If we
to?
start by talking about our work creating novels, perhaps he will lower his guard.
Oh, come to think of it, Xingqiu mentioned that he'd like to thank you for finishing the illustrations on time. He said they looked amazing despite the time you had.
Is that so?
A stabby, lustful, evil
That is
girl
also a
whose
very
only chance
valuable
with
clue.
women is after they die. So you telling me I'm a necrophiliac? I'm sorry to burst your bubble there, Vi, but I am not a necrophiliac. I'm good. And another thing, Vi, I'm not into women, believe it or not. Yeah, that was a bit harsh.
The Festival is when they release the all-new publications. The one I'm really looking forward to is A Legend of Sword.
That's right. A signed first edition is going to become quite the collectible. I've got to get my hands on a copy.
I've seen Gen Yu's signature before. His handwriting is super neat. He must be really diligent about his style.
He'll be there in person on the day of the release, so we'll get a good look at him then. I hear that he's actually pretty young.
Wait a minute. Did you just hear that? Not only will Xingqiu be signing novels at the release, but his handwriting is super neat.
Yeah, now I read it again. Yeah, it's a bit much. A little hurtful here. I don't know what the hell I did to you, but okay. Hello.
Hello there. What can I get for you?
Hi. Do you have any special recommendations today?
Why, of course.
I'm listening now.
I personally recommend our freshly caught seafood. It's been pouring these past 2 days, so the fishing boats haven't been able to sail at all. but the weather finally cleared up today, so we have some fresh catch.
So the weather at sea has been bad these past few days?
You're supposed to eat mutton with whatever the fuck that word is.
Were just telling me that their boat was heaving and rolling all the way here. They couldn't do anything but sleep the entire trip.
Oh.
But I got like 3 pieces of mutton I can actually eat. Well, that sounds like a you problem and not for you to, you know, be a fucking asshole to me for. So I chose violence, apparently.
Inazuman cuisine largely.
You know what? I think you actually deserve not actually having that much mutton. I wish you had no mutton because of your recent actions now. You deserve no mutton.
Because you didn't sleep well. Now's our chance. Let's talk to Shincho and see if he says anything useful. Maybe we could start by asking him about the journey.
Talk about his thoughts regarding the journey. Talk about the book he read during the voyage. Talk about the scenery of the journey. What the fuck? Also, considering you don't like women. Why is... I don't know why. Well, I can see why that's auto-modded because of like recent shit with Twitch. But you see Vi. I don't typically really like anybody. So it's very rare for it to occur for me. Very rare. Yeah, I'm more of the in the ace spectrum. Actually, to be more specific, demisexual. But yeah. So majority of the time, people are a no-go. I was gonna ask if you pegged a bin. Bold of you to assume I've done anything of that department of any type. It went from, okay, getting bitches, specifically women, to then, okay, you don't like bitches, and then you gotta peg men. There was no in between. No, I just radiate top energy. Is that what I'm being told? Okay, listen, there is a logical connection. If those horns can't go in. Oh my god! Will you knock it off with the horns? Then they should go in men, right? Oh my god. No. No. I've never heard anybody say something about horns like that before. Let alone towards me. Holy shit. Oh, so sorry. Okay. That one kind of broke me. I wasn't ready for that. Anyways, sure, talk about his thoughts of the journey.
I've never embarked on such a long journey before. Though I was quite excited when we set off, the long days at sea quickly became most monotonous.
Speaking of the journey, did anything noteworthy happen along
There goes
the
my
way?
lustful charge.
Well,
What?
to be honest, I spent most of the trip with my nose in a novel.
Well, that didn't tell us much.
Not at all.
By the way, Shincho, what book were you reading on the way here?
Oh, I was reading a novel called Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. It was sent to me by my editor.
Didn't you
Since you're not as horny as you say, just more stabby. There you go. That's better. I'd rather have stabby.
I'm proficient in the arts of the Guhua clan. That being said, there were quite a few people aboard who felt seasick.
I said the horny joke just as a joke. I didn't think it was gonna become its own fucking beast. Jesus Christ.
To be honest,
damn.
Much to see. Just water all around, morning to night. The sheer monotony of the trip caused everyone to grow a little impatient. So, when the peak of Mount Yogo finally appeared in the distance as we approached the islands of Inazuma, everyone crowded the deck to have a look. However, the ship sailed along at a crawling pace. It took a whole day from the time we saw the mountain peak to the time we docked.
Paimon didn't catch anything suspicious so far.
No, there was something really suspicious. Was there? I was not paying attention.
If it took an entire day to reach the docks, then it would have been pouring rain at the time they saw the top of the mountain.
We learned a couple of things from his account, but we still require more evidence. Let's discuss creating novels with Xingqiu.
He sounds, well, Beta, when he whispers, he sounds like, I've come to talk to you about life insurance or car insurance or some shit. That's what it reminds me of. Talk about Xingqiu's novel, talk about Albedo's illustrations. Ugh. Okay.
While it is entertaining to read novels, writing one is an endeavor of its own.
Oh,
You
yes.
must give great thought to every detail, from the layout of the plot to the
Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to charge her with stabbings, weirdness, and overall reaping of hearts.
There's still no guarantee that it will be to your liking.
I couldn't agree more.
Where did the reaping of hearts come from?
Writing a book,
You could have said
art, or
souls,
studying
something,
alchemy,
but you said hearts.
seldom can you really feel joy after seriously delving into the work.
Xingqiu and Albedo are getting into some topics now, but nothing suspicious has come up.
Talk about
Speaking of
illustrations.
illustrations,
Baby.
Albedo, I've long wished to express my sincerest gratitude for providing the illustrations in my novel. My
The
novel
Grim
didn't
Reaper does
sell well in
souls.
Liyue, so I must admit that I had some reservations regarding
You're the
its
Weird
potential.
Reaper.
Yet
And that
you've
is indeed
consistently
me.
managed to select the most important scene of the chapter for your illustrations. This made me feel as though what I was trying to express could be understood after all.
Thank you. However, I took some risks in the illustrations, so I'm feeling slightly uneasy myself.
Risks?
Light novel illustrations are typically centered around the characters, but this time I adopted a
Not to be
different
confused
approach
with
in
the
illustration
Wired
for the
Reaper.
last chapter.
Bro.
That scene was intended to depict the change in the world.
I would be terrified of
thought
that
it very
person because
fitting
it'd be
to draw
fucking
only
wired all the
scenery.
time.
Doesn't sound like anything suspicious has come up so far.
Either through a whole bunch of energy or they
there
like
was a
always
crack
would
in his
have like
alibi.
be like mic'd.
My illustrations were sent for printing
Who
from
reaps
the moment they arrived
who
in
reaps
Inazuma.
coffee, energy shots, and
So
adrenaline
logically
shots.
speaking,
And that is
there's
not
no way
me.
I could possibly know what the illustrations look like. Xingqiu, we have something very important to ask you now.
Do we? I'm still very lost in what's going
Why
on.
the solemn looks all of a sudden?
Xingqiu, what's with the facade?
Huh? I'm afraid I
None?
don't follow.
Mr. Okazaki told us earlier that actually the weather at sea was very bad these last few days. So when you
You're
said
the
that
weird
everyone
reaper who
came
reaps
running to
hearts.
the deck
Is
to
it
see Mount
because
Yogo,
the reason
that
why I
couldn't
reap hearts is
happen.
because I don't have one?
On top of
Is that what's
the
going
latest
on here?
installment of A Legend of Sword will only be revealed at the Irodori Festival. Even we, the creators, haven't received a sample copy. And if that's the case, how could you know what my illustrations look like?
Well...
The jig's up, Xingqiu. You were already in Inazuma before today, weren't you? Are you in some kind of danger but can't tell us the truth? Don't worry. The Traveler and Albedo are no pushovers. We can help you.
No, please. You misunderstand me.
I don't know how, but your stabby and lustful horns have stolen our hearts.
Taking its toll on my mind. I didn't notice for a moment that you were testing me at all. I did, in fact, come to Inazuma.
No, let's be honest here. It wasn't me. It was all Senketsu's doing. It's all Senketsu's doing, I promise. It's not me. I feel more like a siren or a succubus at this fucking point. What the hell?
I didn't expect to see everyone here.
Huh? Tone deaf bard.
It's just the horn. It's just the horns.
I heard that the owner of this establishment has some fine-aged wines.
That still doesn't help.
To taste them.
Paimon knew you couldn't possibly be up
The
to
rest is
anything
just
good.
baggage.
Says who?
Ah, damn.
I come as the bearer of good tidings.
So the horns carry
I
the
just
show.
bumped
Got
into
it.
Kujo Sara a
Got
moment
it.
ago.
Everything else here
She
is
said
just
that the Tenryou Commission
baggage.
has apprehended the criminal who stole all those copies of A Legend of Sword. You needn't worry about it any longer.
Huh? The criminal who stole A Legend
Of
of
fucking
Sword?
course.
Did I say something I shouldn't have?
Oh no. The person they apprehended. Was it by chance an editor
Have you
named
seen them
Onodera?
shine? Oh, yes, I'm the one who shines them. Duh.
But I saw her taking someone toward Hanamizaka.
Everyone, it's too late to explain. We must make haste and rescue Onodera.
Do we? Do we have to? What the fuck? Vi, are you horny tonight? Are you okay? Are you alright? I'm very concerned. I'm never alright. I have thoughts that no sane person has. I could clearly tell. Then again, I can't say much. I'm not clearly sane in the membrane. But still, you're on a roll for something there.
Please, wait. Onodera is innocent.
Oh, so you must be the author of A Legend of Sword. I didn't expect to see others tagging along with you.
Anyway, you mustn't take him away. I can explain everything.
No need to worry, Genyu. I've just explained everything to Madame Kujo, and Kuroda has testified for me.
Yes. In fact, we were just getting ready to leave.
Oh, phew. What a relief. Wait a minute. Does everyone else here already know?
Like if a donkey and a dragon has sex, does the dragon lay eggs or grow a womb?
Well, to be precise, we dispatched 2 additional squads here in order to prevent the suspect from escaping.
Shinjo looks pretty flustered. What exactly is going on here?
Was? Was? Nane? I bet it has something to do with the signature.
Though
Was?
it's most embarrassing. It appears quite a few people are aware of the
I think I found out what Vi's
There's no
into.
use keeping it a secret.
This is a couple times now
In
they've
the end,
mentioned this.
I'm the one responsible for
Also,
this
a dragon
whole
can transform
predicament.
into a human and then gets
No,
pregnant.
Genyu. It's only appropriate that I take responsibility for this. Everyone,
And they transform
please let
back
me
to a
explain.
dragon.
For the Iridori Festival, I recommended the idea of selling newly released novels signed by the authors. Not only was this the first major project I was in charge of since joining the Yai publishing house, but Lady Yai also gave me a lot of support. However, I did not discuss our plans with the authors in advance. As a result, it caused a great deal of trouble for
Stared
Genyu.
as the baby get moved into
to
an
be
egg.
frank,
Ay,
calligraphy
ay,
is
ay.
not my strong point, so signing events are really not my forte.
Even though such an event will be difficult for Genyu, after telling him how important the plans were to me, he immediately boarded a ship to Inazuma to come up with a solution. So these past few days, Genyu has been actively practicing his handwriting.
And if the
However,
baby is
it
moved
takes
to an
time to
egg,
sign
does the
each
baby
book,
incubate in the
and we
womb when
realized
they...
the time we reserved for the signing was not nearly enough.
Vi,
So
what
I
the
came
hell
up
have
with
you
the
been
idea of
reading
moving the
lately?
new books from the warehouse to my place. That way, Genyu could use these few days
What
to
the
sign
hell
them
have you
all.
been doing in your spare
I thought
time?
everything will work out without a hitch. I never expected that someone would immediately realize that the books were missing from the warehouse. To make things worse, I was on vacation and staying with Genyu in my house these past few days. I had no idea that the situation had turned into such a huge mess. All of this happened because I wanted to prove myself through this event.
Onodera, I agreed to your proposal because I didn't want
Okay, the
readers
first one
to
is about
know
Donkey and
my
his kids from Shrek. Yeah,
unsightly
I knew
handwriting.
that.
Also, I knew that Onodera had been misled by one of my prior signatures. At a previous event, the Yai Publishing House had requested autographs of authors so that they could be put on display. I practiced tirelessly for an entire day to finally deliver a stylish
And
and
the
elegant
second's from
signature for the event.
that word from
But
Dragon Maid
looking
Season
back
2.
on it now, I had dug myself into a hole by delivering
You know, I'm
that
sensing a
nice
dragon
signature for
theme
the sake
here.
of my pride.
How about you fucking drag these nuts across your face, bitch? Anyways,
Up a little. The theft was nothing
oh,
more than a simple misunderstanding.
for like 3
Besides,
episodes.
Everyone has something they do not wish
Hmm.
others to see.
Yeah, that's right. All that matters
Okay.
is that Shincho and his books are okay.
Onodera, I think you should explain the truth regarding the stolen books to the rest of the people on Rito.
Yes, I understand. I'll apologize to everyone.
We should probably be heading back to Rito as well. Let's tag along.
I still have no idea what the fuck's going on. But honestly, free Primo Gems is all I care about. I need Yellen. Or however the fuck. Also, Zhongli has a dragon and a human. No, don't do Zhongli! Don't do Zhongli like that. Why doesn't Ashtaha? Don't you dare. Don't you dare talk about the old man like that. Old man did not deserve this. Oh, wait, or, okay. About the human. I thought Ashtaha did have a bit of a
What are you doing here?
human form.
Aren't you supposed to be on leave these
Well,
few
actually, I
days?
think the reason being is because Ashtaha was a creation from Zhongli.
I'm very
And
sorry for
Zhongli
all the
was
trouble that I've caused.
able to transform due to how much power he got
Yes,
as
Onodera,
from Celestia, and
why didn't you tell
Ashtaha did
everyone
not
earlier?
get that. He
If
was
you had
born
told
from the
us,
earth.
we could have thought
and
of
shit
some
like
ways
that.
to help you.
That's right. We're a team, and we should be helping each other in tough situations like
Do
this.
we have to?
Let's leave the past behind us now. Our first priority is to help Gen Yu with his signatures. How is your progress so far?
My progress is not what I had hoped for. Even after working
Thank you, Zero.
through the night
All
these
that
past
power
few
went to his
days,
butt.
I've only finished perhaps one-tenth
Zhongli
of the
doesn't have an
signatures.
ass. I don't know why people think that.
Wonder Shincho
He does
looks
not have
so
an ass.
sleepy today.
I understand. Murata, go back to Yai Publishing House and get Aratani to book a room on the second floor of the Uyu restaurant. We'll be using it for Gen Yu's emergency calligraphy lessons.
Yes, Mr. Hirayama. It just so happens that my brother is a calligrapher. Should I ask him to lend his assistance as well?
Yes, good idea. Ah, you've just reminded me.
Asda, I just not realized what the fuck you meant. And I'm mad.
Before, so I'll go
I
ask
just
them
not realized what
about
the
too.
fuck you meant. I'm
Really
mad at that one.
now.
No need to worry, Genyu. I'm sure you can do it. Didn't you finish the last chapter of your novel in just 1 week's time?
Yes, but writing novels and learning calligraphy are two entirely different skills.
Even though Shincho still has to deal with his handwriting issue, Paimon somehow feels a little relieved now.
I always used to prefer working alone in my workshop, but I've come to realize that
Also, Chasm has a
solving
snake
problems with others
boss.
also has its merits.
Yeah, I've kicked its
We
ass several
also owe
times.
a special ode of gratitude to the mysterious person who has been leaving important info for us along the way.
Huh? You mean whoever left behind those stories about the five
A
cousins?
snake boss near the ass weekly.
Pardon me, but what are you talking
Which
about?
I also kicked. Asda's ass today as well.
Right. We
There's an
haven't had a
anal
chance to
joke there
explain things to
somewhere.
Shincho yet.
Yes, there is a joke there.
I
But
see.
we shall not
It
continue
appears
that.
that Onodera and I were
I
spotted
think
when
we've
we were
had
moving the books.
quite a bit of a
Albedo,
journey today
may I
through
ask you one thing?
there.
Are you able to include me in a portrait as well? Not only do I owe the successful resolution of today's incident to that story, but I also hope that I'll remember this lesson.
No problem. Considering the similarities between the portrait and the events that have taken place, your proposal is very reasonable.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Akahito. Did you know there's a couple in Pokemon Emerald with Onyx, Rock Snake Pokemon, and Cloyster Shellfish Pokemon? Really? There's a couple? What do you mean there's a couple? Like Pokemon trainers?
Training is going at Uyu Restaurant. Hey, do you think whoever left those stories
Wow.
for us could be hiding
Wait,
somewhere nearby?
what? No fucking way. No way they got away with that. No fucking way. It's a possibility. It's like a double bat. There's no fucking way.
Oh, hello?
Mr. Storywriter? Are you here?
Could you please help Shincho with something?
With a couple as the trainer
He's a friend of ours,
class?
and the release of his new book is super important to him.
There's no fucking... I'm gonna have to look at...
What's that sound?
And got away... I don't understand how the fuck they got away with it.
It was just a cat.
Meow.
Looks like we can't make them reveal themselves that easily. It's getting late now. Well, let's go back and get some rest. We still have to go to the docks and wait for another ship tomorrow morning.
Hey yo, who is the sus? Huh. I like these so far. I hope we get to keep... I hope we get to get these as, like, items we can use in our teapot. And, like, maybe they move, or maybe... They probably won't, because it'd be a lot. But it's still pretty cool. And there's, like, a couple more. Hold on. So...
Where do you want to go next?
What's going on here? Okay, so there's these different acts. And then there's more of this. I thought there was a couple more things, or is this just all this story stuff? Okay. We will do... Sorry, I meant Heart Gold Silver. Heart Gold Soul Silver. It's fine. Okay, this unlocks in 5 hours. Ow. A new painting in Pale Scarlet. Is that a side quest? Oh, scheisse. I clicked the wrong one. Oh, we get a recipe. Let's see.
To see Liu.
Oh! Okay, I'm dumb. Okay. I gotta make sure I come back into these two. Okay, so from 7 to 9.
I have a few references.
Yeah, shut up, Chun-Li. Wait. So, wait, what is this? Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna mention that. Not even gonna do that, because it's gonna drag me somewhere else. I don't want that. I have post perk in the server, pick in the server, by the way. I will look at that after stream, but thank you. Okay, 7 to 9. There we go. Alright, let's see who the next individual is. It's a young couple, by the way. Honestly, I thought it was an old couple. Like an old couple doing that. And I would have found that hilarious. But if it's a young couple, like... Yeah, it's a lot more expected.
It's already time for us to be at the docks. Let's
Talk to
go.
Kazuha.
The arrival book. That figure on the wharf. It looks like Kazuha.
Hello, Kazuha. It's been a while. Anyway, I gotta go. Yeah, go on.
Greetings,
Shoo, I'm just
traveler
gonna go to
in
bed. Yeah, time for
I heard there
sleepies.
would be guides
Yeah,
for the
go on.
Iridori
Shoo.
Festival, but I didn't expect it would
The
be
fuck
you
out
two.
of here.
We didn't expect to see
I'm taking
I
those
was a
horns
little
with me. No, you're
surprised
fucking
myself when I
not. They're gonna
received the
stay right
invitation.
here planted on my head.
But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
Kazuha, when we saw you in the distance just now, you seemed to be looking for something. What happened?
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now, I suddenly heard light footsteps around me. I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared. I only heard a splash come from below the pier. Even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them, I found this strange piece of paper by my feet.
Oh, does the paper happen to have a poem written on it?
Huh. How did you know?
Because we're geniuses. Just kidding. Tell Kazuha all what's happened over the past few days.
Fascinating. It's almost hard to believe such things could happen.
Kazuha, can you show us that piece of paper? One day I shall be the horniest and have all the horns. So that's why you're into dragons. And why you keep saying stuff. Because dragons have horns. This explains so much. I'm getting a picture, a sense of things. Of how it's working out. And what's going on here. I'm getting an understanding of things. Not all dragons. Rude. Still. Enough dragons. Anyways. Yeah, Kazuha can show us that piece of paper.
Sure. Here it is. Please, have a look.
Now go to bed. Go on. Shoo. The 5 Cosm Splinters. Akito. Akito. Some have antlers. Mostly that in the Chinese lore, but yes. Long ago I've been famed, and since my youth I have great ambition. I stamped every new verse with a scarlet seal, and thus I was known to all. But last year when we presented our verses, mine was found to be taken from poets past. For the theft and deception, I was banished into the wilderness. The 5 radiant lights never shall be again. Ah, how the tides do drift. Fine, I'll go to sleep. Yes, go to sleep. Go on, shoo.
Last time, Aoi no Okina's poem ended with a reference to Akahito. And sure enough,
Akahito.
this is a story about him. Story this time basically says that Akahito got his name from his love of red seals. However, the shogun discovered that he had committed plagiarism, and he was soon exiled. Well, if Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
Indeed, indeed. Well, the other stories weren't much better either.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate.
True.
So I'm not all that different from Akahito mentioned in this story.
But according to the story, Akahito was exiled by the shogun because of his wrongdoings. You did nothing wrong, Kazuha. Huh? Traveler, what are you thinking about?
The seal mentioned in the story. Maybe it could help Singcho?
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right? In Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution. While sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
That's so nice.
Wow, that's an idea. Quick, let's go tell Albedo.
Okay. Alright, let's get this done. Dumb. Big dumb. I'm kind of excited to see how they do the painting. Because I like the painting so far. For all of these things. Or the drawings. They're very nice. He's doing a great job.
Albedo,
tell a bit about everything that has happened with Kazuha.
Interesting. A story of the five Kasen appears again, and
Mm-hmm.
with a timely solution.
Of course.
Stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingxue won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore.
However, is there another problem?
Since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books.
That's
But
true.
I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Ouya restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
Ay, ay, ay. This restaurant is gonna have so much business. Alright. Okie dokie. In a way, oh, a little tidbit about that line actually is so the person who Lily Pichu, that's her name. I'm trying to remember. So apparently she said that line as a joke, but it was in reference to a fucking line from Rick and Morty. So like Rick and Morty is a kind of a thing in this, and it's just like bruh. Just it's kind of amusing as all. Hi.
Yes, that's it, Genyu. Your writing has greatly improved today.
It's like, dear
which means
Lord.
Yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. Oh, I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
You
Just had a
dumbass.
10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
When it comes to pushing a deadline, there's no one more brutal than Mr. Hirayama.
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troublesome authors.
Whoa, this is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of two parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on each book.
Let me think. All right, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Apparently
Mr.
so.
Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Yes,
Oh.
and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I shall contact the other two authors participating in the new release event.
Oh, that's so nice. Shortly after the two other authors arrive.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format, then it'll be a dream come true for me as well.
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the I Publishing House.
That's cool.
We did it. The event is saved.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
That's right! You're finally free, Xingqiu! Maybe you should step outside for some fresh air.
Okay. He will go outside and touch grass. Like everybody here should. Should go outside right now, touch grass. For 5 minutes. That includes me too. So it means, guys, for 5 minutes I'm gonna have to leave. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
We still have some time to burn. Where should we go next?
Venti?
Traveler,
Ayaka?
there you are.
The hell are those two been doing?
Oh, it's Ayaka! And Venti! That's an interesting combo.
And that's what I'm
I
saying.
was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand.
Wait, she
Miss
has one
Bard just
too?
happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to find you two.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before.
Here's the paper. Please, have a look.
Whatever the fuck that name is. I submerged the verses into clear water, and the truth did emerge. What?
Huh. All the poems we found before were roughly the same length. But this one is only 2 lines.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear."
Oh.
Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet and disappear when it's dry.
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
Yo. That's actually kind of cool.
Body and mind.
Body and mind.
Time to act.
Okay, Xingqiu, calm down. You carefully dip the paper into water.
Wow, look! It's really working! More words have appeared on the paper! Let Paimon see what it says.
Paimon, don't really have to. Fuck's sake. Going over his poetry, I found that the plagiarized piece did not have his scarlet seal. I submerged the verse into clear water, and the truth did emerge. The true verses were not washed away, but the text of that despicable crime faded. The person passed me by just as he was writing a verse for Akihito. You pushed away your most talkative viewer. I didn't push them away. They needed to go to bed. They said they were going to sleep, so I told them to go to sleep, and they left. One storm has yet to settle, and it was already time to write new poems.
Story says that
I
after
guarantee
Sumizomi
if they
got the
could stay up,
collection
they
of
probably
poems
would
from
have.
Akihito and put them into a stream of water, the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry. Huh? Why would that happen?
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those 2 methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal,
but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
So this poem wasn't written by Akihito. It was added later by someone else.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up.
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey.
Sumizome
Although the story is
died.
saddening, I've decided on the
Big
subjects to
words.
use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits. Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
There you go. The next 2 portraits should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
Well, except for the 5th, I think. But that's still yet to be seen.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito
Aww.
had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5
God
Kasen
damn.
remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
There's no way. There has to be more to that. There has to be. There's a 5th person. Soon after, Abedo completes the 2 portraits. That's so pretty. Ayaka's so pretty. And that's really fucked up, but he's also very adorable in this. Paimon was wrong. You seem upset, Paimon.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out.
And that
One
is?
of the 5 Kasen is called Kuronushi, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
That's what I'm saying.
Have you really not noticed?
No, I'm fucking stupid.
Not noticed what? This is no time to be playing games, Tone Deaf Bard!
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Huh? Really?
Oh.
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akihito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akihito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the shogun, then the shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So, in desperation, He threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akihito.
The culprit is none other than that one person.
What? Kuranushi?
Mm-hmm.
That
makes
right.
sense now.
Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 kasen. Since the shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately. Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
There seems to be.
Kuranushi? In our world?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time. Let's ask him.
Yes. Hello, Kazuha. Bro, why do we gotta walk up to him? God damn it.
Hey, Kazuha. Are you okay? You've been standing in front of this blank canvas for a while, and you don't look so good.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 kasen reminded you of anything?
Apparently
Yes.
so.
A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever's on your mind.
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
The Raiden
No.
Gokuden? What's
What?
that?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing. But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it.
Oh,
However,
how nice.
this matter
I'm
is
considered
somewhat
trustworthy.
complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission. Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Amenoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword making.
Yes, but that's all
Yeah,
part of the
not
past
that surprising,
now.
honestly.
The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My
Oh.
grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, my grandfather traveled all over Teyvat to find a way to revive the family business. But it was to no avail. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
Oh.
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes and disappeared completely.
Oh.
Later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
Indeed. I've also believed such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well. After reading the story of the 5 kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
What exactly happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet here again at noon tomorrow. I will tell you everything I know then.
Alrighty. And you know what? Actually, I think we can't go any further anyways. So I think that is a perfect time to stop. And then we'll come back to this tomorrow and get answers, which I think is going to be very nice. There's also some other things I could be doing. I might do those off screen just to get them out of the way. Oh yeah, we get the little furniture. That's very cute and adorable. I'm curious on where the fuck we get this, because I've yet to actually, like... Goodness gracious. Sorry. Where was I? I was gonna end stream. Yeah, let me do that. Alright. Yeah, I actually streamed an hour over than I thought I would, but honestly, interesting conversation happened during stream, so I guess that helped. But yeah, I'll probably be streaming. Man, y'all best be glad, be happy that I mute the fucking game volume while I'm doing this little end bit for at least a little bit. Anyways, but yeah, I will be finishing up the rest of this event most likely tomorrow, and that probably won't take me too long, depending on how long things go. Not too much. And this Saturday, we'll see if there's a D&D session. If not, honestly, that's kind of just a toss-up at this moment for if there is not, if I stream or not. But yeah, that's going to be in today's session, shit. Today's stream. I thank you all for joining here, and it's a very interesting conversation about stuff today. If you are new here and enjoyed the content, maybe consider doing a follow, and if not, that's okay too. But nevertheless, 10,000 years, yeah. So maybe the next time we get a D&D session is in 10,000 years. But yeah. Fuck. Lost my train of thought. Thank you, Zara. But yeah, regardless, I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your night or day, whenever you're watching this. And I hope to see you guys next time. Farewell, my friends.
Boats are made for transferring